The scandal of Scottish education today is the 20% who are losing out, the so-called 20%. And two areas in particular I think demand more attention. One is preschool, and I mean pre-3, not just 3 to 5. And the other is 14 to 18, and that's the area I want to address in this short clip. I worry about the opportunity cost of what we're doing in Curriculum for Excellence. It's absorbing massive amounts of time. We are spending a lot of time modelling options at senior phase and developing these new courses, National 4, National 5, New Higher, New Advanced Higher. All of that time is going towards the 80%, and I'm a bit worried that when we get to 22 we're going to look at what we've created, have 10 years of Curriculum for Excellence and say to ourselves, you know what, the 20% are still losing out. Now, the OECD report convincingly demonstrated that where you have clear pathways, you attract support and motivation. That's very clear, for example, with the pathway through higher to university. It's well understood, and there's a lot of supports pulling behind it because it's well understood. Now, at the other end of the spectrum, for youngsters who are the poorest attaining 20% in the school system at the moment, the pathways are confusing. They're complex, and the opportunities aren't easy to follow through. There isn't a clear pathway, in fact, from 14 to 18, and these are the youngsters with the least social and educational capital to make sense of that mess. Now, I think we've done some good work in the past 5-6 years, particularly through more choices, more chances, and enthusiasms in particular areas, and connections of people and so on. But that's not good enough in a national system. National government needs to set up the framework properly to encourage good practice everywhere, and at the moment we don't have that. So come on, national government, give us a lead. The framework recommended by OECD was a very good one, and it was rejected at the time. Look at it again. If we had a national Scottish certificate of education for all at age 18, and you could achieve that certificate through a vocational pathway, through a non-academic pathway, through an academic pathway, through a mixture of the two, through co-constructed courses involving a mixture of employment and training on the job and college course and school. If we had these proper combinations of pathway under clear headings, that could have the same esteem and the same clarity as the university track. And it needs to be made much easier, and indeed a requirement, that these various agencies work together to do that in their own areas. For a generation now in Scotland we've voted for parties that want to reduce social inequality, and a major part of that is education. And yet we've not done it. And it's not because we're not independent. We've had the chance to do this in education. We still have the chance to do this in education now. So come on, Scottish Government, get your act together and let's develop some really clear pathways that we can all pull behind to support those youngsters most vulnerable at the 14 to 18 stage, so they come out of Scottish education age 18 with a worthwhile certificate and feeling that they've been valued and given the educational opportunities they need to progress to the next stage.